What's up, Echoes of Mana players? Oh, and you guys are pretty serious. So, the reason we're in here today, how do I want to, we're going to want to be able to look at the comments. Reason we're in here today is I've been dropping videos talking about, I've been having to go through YouTube and manually check for comments and things left because if I'm wrong about something, well, YouTube will take 2.5 weeks before I can see that there's some kind of comment hidden. And then I have to go into the studio and track it down and try to find it. So this is an issue that I've had. So Echoes of Mana, gear set mistake I've made already. So let me just explain to you guys what was going on here. I was collecting gear in this game, okay? And I realized that some of the gear is just increasing strength stats, and other gear is increasing damage to a certain type, like water or earth. So I started looking at the character's skills and abilities, and Reese, for instance, she's wind-based or whatever, but none of her damage actually says that she's doing wind damage. Other characters actually have damage that says that they're doing an elemental type damage. So it's the elemental bonus gear is going to actually help with these abilities that say that they're doing earth damage or water damage or whatever. Well, Reese didn't have any of those abilities. So I figured, well, Reese should just wear strength gear. Since she's not doing an elemental type of damage, why not just crank her strength up as high as possible and just let her be a physical attack unit, and then have somebody else come in and actually drop, elemental damage. That's kind of what I was going. I was noticing that only some attacks actually say that they're elemental. And when I brought that up here, that was the mistake that I had made. I was saying that I farmed a bunch of elemental gear, and then I realized that I'm actually going to want some strength gear for characters like Reese. So simply put, I made this video, right? Now, if we actually look through the comments, right, there's plenty of people that agree with me. Japan and himself is a pretty big gacha player, has been playing this game. Let's see. This guy explains to me that I was wrong about one of the units that I got because it was an old skin version of that unit, apparently. Right. Unless a character has an elemental spell in their kit and or mage using intelligence, there's no need to farm elemental gear. This is what other people are saying. Now, Master Warcock, I tried. Pretty sure any of the elemental gear is going to increase all damage you do as long as the character is the same element. From what I've read on Reddit, elemental gear is going to be better in most cases. And of course I responded and I said, thank you for letting me know. This is the first that I've ever heard of that Reese is technically a wind-based character. She charges your wind spell when she does her special, and then your fairy magic from her charges ends up being wind element. So what he's saying is, according to Reddit, wind up gear is going to work on Reese. It's going to increase her damage, even though Reese doesn't have any skills that actually say does wind damage. So the way that I was doing this, Shion, the guy on the screen right here, he has 2 spells that actually say water damage, right? So I equipped him with the elemental gear that increases water damage because I know that that's increasing that spell that he has that does water damage. I also figured once I dropped the fairy magic spell that's water element, if he was the one dropping it, my fairy magic would do 20% more as well because the guy that's dropping it has gear on that gives 20% more to water damage. That is just the way that I thought it worked. And clearly I was wrong, maybe I was wrong, and it seems like a lot of the population of the game is kind of questioning this too, because I have other people. Yes, you're right in everything you said about gear. This Reese using strength. The Valsia gear, the Valsia set is a strength set, right? Obviously, tanks use con plus, 20% hit point, 20% physical damage, uses 20 strength and 20 hit points. Let's see if anybody would try to... No, do you actually need tanks for this game? The point being is, then we get down to Mr. Toxicity down here. Dude, you're just spouting some bullshit here. Just do your research before next time. Dude, on what? On what? Like, are you going to say that? Geo Lake, are you going to say that to every single other person that commented here? And that's been talking about this, because clearly you are the only genius that magically knew this shit. And where are you getting this from? Like, that's the problem, is a lot of times these games don't release an actual manual, and you have to, like, I mean, in Last Claudia, we're trying to figure shit out all the time. When Final Fantasy Brave Exvius dropped, there were no sites to track anything. Those things had to be made by the fans. They're really, like, a lot of people were in the dark about a lot of the mechanics in the game and how it worked. So that's just how these games kind of are. You have to kind of expect that, right? And on top of that, another point that I will make, do my research before next time. I am not sitting here trying to sell ad revenue or sell shit to any of you. I'm just like, this is my hobby that I'm sharing. Everything on here is just a goddamn opinion. And I'm not exactly charging anybody for my time. And my time is actually really valuable in the real world. So when someone tells me it's just like, do research for them. Yes, I'll do that for you, Geo Lake. I will spend hours and hours doing research. I'll even quit my job just so I can research these little things, so I can never ever be wrong or human about anything, just for your viewing pleasure, GeoLeak, because whoever the hell you are probably aren't even a sub. You are so worth it to me. Like, seriously, it's people like this. I don't get it. Like, there's a whole comment section here of people talking about this. So, I mean, if you're going to call me out, you might as well just call everybody out in the comments for being on some bullshit and not just knowing what you know. How do we, like, and that's the thing. I haven't even been back into this game to really examine this whole situation. I have to get some of that gear, equip it, and run it, and just, right? And I cover a lot of gacha games. I never claim to be a freaking expert in any of these. It's a learning process for me too. I'm here to play video games and have fun and learn along the way. We're just sharing information. We're just sharing opinions. That is all that this is. So I wanted to record something and get something out for this game. Maybe I was wrong. It looks like I'm wrong. Probably I'm wrong. I don't even know. I don't know. And then where are they getting this information from? Reddit? Because somebody on Reddit wrote that it works like that. Is it on some sort of official page of theirs? Cool. Okay, great. I'll take that info. Still does not change the fact that when I was playing this game 3 weeks ago, however long ago this video was made, they were very obscure about everything. And I happened to notice that only some abilities actually say that they're doing elemental damage, whether they're from a earth or water element character. So I was just picking up on that. It's not like there was a little side note that explained exactly how the damage worked, and I just didn't look at it, right? And that's the thing. A lot of times in these games, we don't even know how damage formulas work, right? So we're constantly just trying to figure this stuff out. But having this kind of attitude about it, oh, you're just spouting some bullshit. Guess what? Everybody's YouTube video literally is bullshit. It's their bullshit. It's their goddamn opinion about something, right? Or if they're reading it off a screen, it's somebody else's goddamn opinion about something that they are just reading off. That is all YouTube is. And just be lucky I don't charge you for my time. Then maybe you'd actually have something to complain about. I don't know. I don't understand where people like this get off, because it's like, okay, if this was some kind of science channel with like I don't know, 5 million subscribers and a $2.5 million a year budget to make video, then yeah, you better believe we're gonna double, triple check everything and make sure everything's spot the F on. Right now, I am a single dude with a recording device, and I still have a life and a job to juggle, and I have to work a lot, especially just to even like play these games and make these videos and drop these recordings. I have to find the time to do this, and I get that not everybody's going to appreciate that at all, but it's not the easiest thing to do in the world at all. And then you get some asshole that comes along and says, oh, just do your research next time. Bro, there was no research to do at the time. You might want to come to terms with that when thinking about mobile games like this that launch, that drop. There's just so many of these games and projects going around because studios want to cash out on this. These games drop, and good luck finding information for them. Right? And like I said, I never claimed to be some kind of game genie. Like, I'm just sharing my personal experience with this game and the fun that I've had with it. And if I catch some mistakes that I've made along the way, I am most definitely gonna bring them to everyone's attention so they don't make the same mistake. I mean, for fuck's sake, the name of the video is Gear Set Mistakes I've Made Already. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not over here trying to be like the effing connoisseur of any of this shit, right? I'm already admitting to making mistakes here. So, and guess what? I give people props. You know, I'm always down to have a conversation about how the game works, how different mechanics work, what people are wrong about. And like, it's just to help other players out, or it's just to shoot the shit and talk about some of the content in the game, what you like, what you didn't like. That's all this is. So please don't get it twisted. If there's a mistake, leave me a comment. Let me know about it. I will probably give you a shout out, and I'll give you much props, right? But don't tell me to go research shit. I got shit to research in real life. Anyway, I don't know. Am I tripping? Leave me a comment. Let me know. Later, everybody.